2 weeks ago, Camilla signed away her only private home, Ray Mill House, transferred to her children in a single Land Registry filing. The Daily Mail broke it. Hello confirmed it. GB News verified the Land Registry, her residence, William's discretion, her title, William's discretion, her staff, her funding, her charities, all of it William's call. I'm revealing 15 guarantees Camilla is trying to lock down, from the properties she can't legally keep to the title William can strip with one word, to the one thing she wants more than the crown itself. 8 proves her power is already being taken while Charles is still alive. And the last one? That's what Camilla fears most. Let's start with the house she just gave away. Number 1, Clarence House as her home. Camilla lives there now, has done since 2003, but Clarence House belongs to the crown. It isn't hers, never was. The moment Charles dies, the new king decides who lives in every crown property. That's William, and Camilla already knows the answer, because 2 weeks ago she transferred Ray Mill House, her private estate in Wiltshire, into her children's names. Land Registry records confirm it, her children's names, a property she's owned for 30 years, the one she called her refuge. Gone in a single filing. You don't give away your only private home unless you already know the public ones aren't safe. She knows she's losing Clarence House. That's why she moved the one thing William can't touch. She's already packing. Clarence House is the London residence, but the places she escapes to, the private estates, the weekends away from the cameras, those are even more vulnerable. 2 estates, privately owned by the monarch. 0 right of access for the widow. Number 2, access to Balmoral and Sandringham. Most people assume these belong to the royal family. They don't. They belong to the monarch personally and pass directly to the next king. Not the widow, to William, automatically. Camilla has no legal right to walk through the front door of either property after Charles dies. William already lives on the Sandringham estate, Anmer Hall, his family home. His control is already total. Camilla spent 2 decades building a life on those grounds. Holidays, Christmases, weekends. After Charles, she needs an invitation from a man Christopher Anderson says she's always been afraid of. Those estates are gone. But what Charles did next shows exactly how desperate he is to protect her. £3 million from his own pocket for the house next door. Number 3, protection of Ray Mill House. Okay, this one says it all. In 2025, Charles bought the property next to Ray Mill House, the old mill, for £3 million, his own money. Why? It was about to become a wedding venue. Strangers on a private lane leading to Camilla's front door. Charles spent $3 million to stop it. That's a king who knows his wife has no protection after he dies. Buying it himself while he still can. Charles is spending millions to protect her property. But the transfer itself, the fact that she moved Ray Mill into her children's names, that's the detail most people missed. She didn't wait. She assumed William won't protect it. That assumption tells you more than any interview ever could. Number 4, the Ray Mill transfer. And this is the detail most people missed. Royal Central reported the transfer reflects a long-standing arrangement. Read between those words, long-standing. This wasn't sudden. This was always the plan. Camilla has been preparing for a future without protection for years, quietly, legally, while still wearing the crown. The woman who spent 20 years fighting to become queen is now spending her final years as queen, making sure she has somewhere to live when it ends. 4 items in, every single property Camilla uses. Gone, vulnerable, or already transferred. But property is the easy part. What comes next is what Camilla fears even more than losing a house. Because you can buy a house. You can't buy a title. 30 years she waited for that crown. And now she's worried about keeping a house. That tells you everything about what William hasn't promised her. The properties are slipping away. But the title, the word she fought her entire life to hear, that's entirely in William's hands. Queen or Dowager. One word. William decides. Number 5. The title Queen versus Dowager. The title. This is the one she fought 30 years for. Right now, she's Queen Camilla. When Charles dies, she becomes Queen Dowager automatically, but whether she keeps being called Queen Camilla publicly, that's William's decision. Newsweek confirmed it, Royal Central documented it. William decides, and William has said nothing, not one word. His silence is the loudest answer Camilla has ever received. Joe Little from Majesty magazine said it. The new King William would call all the shots. Every aspect of her public and private life would be reviewed. Every aspect. Anderson says she's always been a little afraid of William. His silence on her title is exactly why. The title is uncertain. But what happens to her position, her rank above Catherine, isn't uncertain at all. It doesn't require William to do a thing. The law does it automatically. Number 6, precedence above Catherine. 6. And this one's brutal. Right now, Camilla outranks Catherine. Enters rooms first, stands center stage, 20 years climbing that ladder. That ends the second William takes the throne. Catherine becomes the queen. Camilla drops. Automatically. The law does it. And the woman who walks past her, who takes center stage, the title, the position, is Diana's daughter-in-law, wearing Diana's ring, carrying Diana's legacy, chosen by Diana's son. Catherine walks past her, Diana's daughter-in-law, wearing Diana's ring, and there's nothing Camilla can do to stop it. The law itself puts Diana's legacy above Camilla's title. Catherine walks past her, Diana's daughter-in-law, wearing Diana's ring, and there's nothing Camilla can do to stop it. The law itself puts Diana's legacy above Camilla's title. The rank drops, the title changes. But there's a constitutional role she loses too, and it disappears without anyone lifting a finger. Counselor of State, automatically gone, 0 authority remaining. Number 7, Counselor of State role. Her constitutional function, that's 7. As Queen, Camilla serves as a Counselor of State. She can act on behalf of the king when he's abroad or incapacitated. It's real power, constitutional authority. She can sign documents, receive ambassadors, attend Privy Council meetings. The moment Charles dies, that role evaporates. Queen Dowager has 0 constitutional duties, no signing power, no Privy Council access, no official function whatsoever. William doesn't need to strip it from her. The law simply takes it away. 7 items in. Her homes, gone or transferred. Her title, uncertain. Her rank, dropped by law. Her constitutional role, erased automatically. All of it. Stripped, transferred, or downgraded. And William hasn't had to lift a finger yet. Not one decision, not one meeting, not one conversation. The Constitution does his work for him, but the next 4 require William to actively decide. Fund her or don't. Keep her staff or dissolve them. Protect her patronages or reassign them. And that's where it gets deeply personal. So far, it all happens automatically. But what comes next? The money, the staff, the charities. That's where William has to say yes or no. Number 8 is the proof that Camilla's power is already being taken while Charles is still alive. Number 8, sovereign grant funding. Here's 8, the money. Camilla's staff, travel, wardrobe, security, all funded through the sovereign grant, taxpayer money. The Sovereign Grant Act of 2011 gives the reigning monarch total discretion. Queen Dowager isn't automatically included. No provision, no protected budget. 1 signature. That's the distance between Camilla's current operation and nothing. William can fund her, reduce her, or cut her off entirely. Every driver, every dresser, every press officer, all running on a tap William controls. The funding is uncertain. But what she's about to lose isn't about money. It's the thing she reportedly told sources she loves more than anything else about being queen. 90+ charities, all of them reassignable, all of them at William's discretion. Number 9, her 90+ charity patronages. 90+ charity patronages, 2 decades of work. She told sources she loves her responsibilities and doesn't want to let it go so fast. Anderson said her role will be reevaluated under William. Reevaluated, that's the word he used, not continued, not guaranteed, not protected. William can reassign every one of them to Catherine, to his children, to any working royal he chooses, or to nobody at all. 90 organizations carrying the name, Queen Camilla. The charities are vulnerable, but what's happening right now, while Charles is still king, shows the transition has already started. William and Kate are being handed the same authority Camilla holds, right now, in parallel, while she's still in the job. Number 10, Royal Warrant Authority, royal warrants, and this one is already happening. The power to endorse brands, companies display the royal coat of arms. It's prestige, credibility, commercial influence. Camilla currently grants these, but Buckingham Palace confirmed that William and Catherine are being granted the same authority for spring 2026. While Camilla still holds it, that's not a future plan. That's a parallel power structure being built in real time, running alongside Camilla while she's still wearing the crown. The replacement isn't waiting for Charles to die. It's already happening, right now, while she watches. The warrant authority is being duplicated, but the people around her, her office, her press team, her personal staff, those aren't being duplicated. They're being isolated. William already runs his own household, completely independent from the king and queen. Number 11, her private office and staff. 11, her entire operation. Camilla's private office, press secretary, correspondence team, scheduling, diary management, all of it exists because the reigning sovereign funds it. Royal Central confirmed that household structure is traditionally determined at the discretion of the reigning sovereign. William isn't waiting. He's already operating independently. His own communications team, his own media strategy, his own public image, separate from Charles and Camilla. The infrastructure of William's reign is already built. Camilla's infrastructure runs on borrowed time. 11 items, count them. Properties, gone or transferred. Title, uncertain. Rank, dropped automatically. Constitutional role, erased by law. Funding, at William's mercy. Charities, reasonable overnight. Warrant authority, already being duplicated. Staff, temporary until a new king says otherwise. Every piece of institutional power Camilla holds is either already gone or waiting for one man's signature. But the last 4 cut even deeper, because they're not about institutions. They're about influence, protection, fear, and time. The fight between Camilla and William that's already happening behind closed doors. And the next one is where they collide directly. Up to now, it has all been institutional. But what comes next is personal. The fight between Camilla and William that's already happening behind closed doors. She told Charles to stop it. William thinks he's running the monarchy, and both of them are right. Number 12, influence over Charles's decisions. Now we're at 12, the advisory role, and this is where it gets personal. Ian Pelham Turner told The Express that Camilla told Charles to stop it when William was creating issues. The Queen overriding the Prince of Wales. That's a power play. But Turner also said William thinks he's the driving force behind the throne. 2 people who both believe they control Charles. Camilla whispering one direction, William pulling the other. The moment Charles dies, the whispering stops. There's no ear left. William doesn't need advisors from the previous reign. Camilla goes from the most powerful woman in the room to a guest in someone else's house. The advisory role ends with Charles. But the fight that's already broken into the open, the ultimatum William reportedly issued, that one involves a name Camilla can't afford to be connected to, Sarah Ferguson. And William gave Camilla a choice: cut ties or face the consequences. Number 13, the Sarah Ferguson problem. 13, and this one is unfolding right now. According to Radar Online and Reality T, William reportedly hit Camilla with an ultimatum: cut ties with Sarah Ferguson completely. No ambiguity, no half measures. An insider told the outlet, in his mind, the only responsible strategy is total separation from Fergie and Andy. Sarah Ferguson's name appears throughout the recently released Epstein files. She's not accused of wrongdoing, but the association is radioactive, and Camilla was one of her closest allies in royal circles. Okay. Magazine reported that Ferguson genuinely believed Camilla would offer some form of discreet backing, and it never came. Camilla cut her friend loose, dropped the phone, ended the friendship because William told her to, while her own husband, the actual king, is still sitting on the throne. That's the balance of power, right now, today. And Charles is still alive. William told her to drop Sarah, and she did it, while her husband is still king. Imagine what William does when there's no king protecting her at all. She dropped her friend on William's order, but the fear behind that compliance goes much deeper than friendship. Tom Bauer said if William would banish his own brother, what guarantee does Camilla have? Number 14, the banishment fear. I need to slow down for 14. The fear she's never said out loud. Anderson told Us Weekly. Camilla has always been a little afraid of William. Always. From the beginning. From the first time she met a boy who knew what she'd done to his mother. Tom Bauer told the Mirror that Harry fears William will literally banish him, his own brother. If William's brother is afraid, what guarantee does his stepmother have? Camilla doesn't need William to punish her. She needs him to do nothing. No funding, no title, no residence, no role. That isn't banishment, it's quieter. Constitutional. Looks like policy. Feels like justice. And there is no appeal. The fear is real. The protections don't exist. And the one thing Camilla wants more than any title, any house, any charity, the thing she's begging for above all of it, is the simplest guarantee of all. Time. She wants more time. Number 15, that Charles will stay king as long as possible. And 15, the last one, the most revealing of all. Us Weekly reported that Camilla wants Charles to hold on to the reins for as long as possible. She loves her responsibilities. She's wanted to be queen her whole life, and she doesn't want to let it go so fast. Let that sentence sit for a second. Doesn't want to let it go so fast. That's not a queen speaking, that's a woman gripping with both hands. That's the truth underneath all 15 items. Every house, every title, every patronage, every scrap of power Camilla holds. All of it hangs on one thing. One person, Charles, alive, on the throne, still breathing, still reigning, still standing between Camilla and William. The second Charles dies, William takes over. The Royal Observer reported in March 2026 that William is already operating as king unofficially, according to a former aide. The apparatus of the next reign is already built. The team is already in place. The decisions have already been made, or deliberately left unmade. The clock is running whether Camilla likes it or not, and there is nothing in any document, any law, any agreement, any conversation on record that guarantees Camilla a single thing under William's reign. Not a home, not a title, not a staff member, not a pound of funding. She spent 30 years fighting to become queen. She won. She wore the crown at Westminster Abbey in May 2023 while the whole world watched. And now she's spending whatever time is left fighting to keep what she has for as long as she can, because the man who comes next is Diana's son, and he hasn't promised her a thing. She waited 30 years for that crown, and now she's begging for more time, not for the crown, for the clock, because the moment Charles dies, everything she fought for dies with him, and William is Diana's son. He remembers all of it. 15 things Camilla is begging Charles to guarantee. Every property, every title, every shred of authority. And William hasn't committed to a single one. But there's still something Camilla is counting on to survive all of this. One strategy she's been running quietly for years that she believes will protect her when Charles is gone. And it's this. She thinks if she stays close enough to William now, he won't have the heart to cut her off later. But William already proved that theory wrong 20 times over. If you want to see the 20 rules William has already broken that Charles made to protect Camilla, that video is right here.